going to start out by making a new part and inspecting my units, which in this case is mmgs for millimeters. I'll go up to the Sketch tab, select the Sketch button, select Front Plane, and I'm going to simply start with my line tool, kind of work my way around until I get into that curve. Starting here on my origin, moving over and down on an angle. And notice when I'm doing this, I'm trying my best to make horizontal and vertical lines where need be. But once I get up to this curve, I can hit the Escape button to get off of my line tool, get the line tool again, and then work your way back up around. Okay, you see how it projected right here of where I stopped at my other spot. That's a good spot to stop as well. So hit your Escape key once again once you have this shape. Now we need this big arc up here. Okay, that big arc is a tangent arc. So go up to the arc tools and we want tangent arc. So it's nice that we have a start and stop spot because we can make these tangent. Click on one side, move your mouse over to the other side, and make sure you have this tangent symbol on both sides. If you do not have that tangent symbol on both sides, you need to click on the dot and select tangent over here. Okay? If it doesn't let you do that, you can also click on the arc, hold in Shift, and click on the line, and then select tangent. Sometimes just clicking on the dot doesn't work. So making sure that we have these on both sides. Okay. Next, it shows in the picture. It kind of says this, but really doesn't. You almost have to assume it. That this line right here and this line right here are straight up and down from one another. So if I select that line, hold in Shift, click the other one, we want to make these collinear with one another. So sharing the same line, collinear. Okay. See how it puts this dotted projection in there. Now let's go ahead and start dimensioning. So we'll start out with this one right next to the origin. That is 14. And this is 20. Remember, if we click on an angled line here and we want the distance of it, we move, or the length of it, we move out on an angle. But in this case, it shows a measurement like this. So move out to the side and make sure your measurement is straight up and down. That is 25. Down here at the very bottom, it says that from this far left side all the way over here to the right side, that is 60. So notice with my dimension tool, I had to click on two lines there. Then this bottom line is 32. And this left line over here is 80. And the only thing left is this line. Now, most people would click on that line and say, well, you know, why that's 14? What's going on? Well, it's blue not because of the length of the line, but how far away from the origin is up this way. So really, it's this line that we need to dimension, and that's 20. See how it changed that black? Made it fully defined. Okay. Now let's draw the slot in here. That is a straight slot. So hit your straight slot tool. Make sure you go horizontal, straight across, or else you'd have to go back and change that relation. Then you can make your measurements in here. So the inside one is 20. And it has a radius of 5. And from the bottom up to the construction line is 20. Okay. Now it's still blue because we also forgot this small one, which is from here into this small little center part, and that is a distance of 10. That's the one that everybody forgets, and I almost forgot it too. Okay, so now our slot's done, so let's move up to the top. And here we have kind of a three-sided rectangle with a tangent arc. So I'm just going to start by getting the line tool. I'm going to move my mouse straight across, let it project from either one of these dots, and click down, over, up, and then you can hit the Escape key on your keyboard, get the tangent arc again, do the same thing that we did at the very beginning. So wrapping around, making sure it's tangent at both spots. Okay. And then you'll see that you'll have two different center points in here. Okay? What we want is both of these arcs to share the same center. So hold in Shift, select both of them, and we want concentric. And it will line the two centers up. Now we still can resize this and move this around. We need to change its measurements. So if I get the dimension tool and select this, that is radius of 15. Now how do I know that this is sharing the same center? I know it's sharing the same center because when I look at this picture, I can follow the leader line from its original point. So here it shows a radius and there's just a tiny little arrow pointing at this line. So it's saying this line is a radius of 15, but its center point originates right there. Same thing with this outside. It originates right at the same spot and it says the arrow here pointing to this line has a radius of 30. So why didn't I have to do this measurement? Well, because it's a radius. So that means from here to its center is 30, and from here to here is 30. Well, if we scroll down, we already said from the far left to the far right is 30 plus 30, which is 60. So I know they share the same center. So this line is still blue because we need to say from its center down to the bottom, which is the same as doing the little line over on the right. That is a measurement of 8. So now everything should be fully defined. If yours isn't, problem solve to get it to. And then we need to go to the Features tab, hit Extrude, check our material thickness, which is 25, and our Z, which is positive, so that means we do not have to change this to going backwards. We can hit the green check. Let's change our material to copper. And then we can go ahead and evaluate this. And you should wind up with 1048.36 grams and a center of mass that looks like this. If that is all correct, you can close out of this and you can save this file as whatever the assignment name is, and you can move on to the next file. If it's not correct, go back and problem solve.